Hey everyone, what's going on? Greg here again from TM Blast. So I'm always looking for ways to get more leads for my clients. And one of the ways that I really optimize their accounts is with Apple Business Connect or Apple Maps. And one of my clients went from about 5.25 average monthly phone calls now to 20 phone calls in January. That's a 300% increase in leads for their business. So I'm going to go over um, their numbers and then kind of what I did to get the result for them. So again, 5.25 phone calls from May through December on average. They had 1 month in July where they had 13, but again, on average, every month when you collect them all is 5.25. Apple only reports when there are three or more taps on the phone number. So again, you could be at two, it just won't report it. Therefore, I'm gonna mark it as zero because I don't know if it was zero or if it was two. Now, the big reason why though they had such a better month in January compared to December is that we had category search that triggered their account. So let me explain this a little bit further. The brand name for TM Blast is TM Blast. Somebody searches for that, that's going to trigger the name or brand. But the category search could be something like marketing agency. So hypothetically, let's pretend you are an HVAC company or a locksmith. Someone searches for your brand name, that's going to trigger the brand name category listing. But if they search for, let's say, HVAC near me, or HVAC plus Albany, or another type of search query, that would be the category search. That is what is most important to grow, because if you can then be seen for category search, someone then clicks on your profile, that's what's going to lead to another tap on the phone icon to potentially get that lead. The other way that I've seen Apple Map accounts grow for my clients is that photo taps are very critical. So again, pretend you're a locksmith. You want to have a lot of different photos showing the work that you do. So key fob replacement, car key replacement, residential, commercial. You could do specific models. Let's say of like the car. So like, you can say like Dodge, Toyota, Ford, GMC. Car key replacement. Have those photos, because again, that's going to lead to more people clicking on your profile and clicking on those photos. I believe that's a direct ranking factor within Apple, and I've seen it with all my other clients too. The more photos you can add, the better visibility you get. The more visibility, the more phone calls. Now, another thing though that I've been working on with my client is within Apple, you can actually get granular data of where people click on the directions button from their zip code. So again, if you are, let's say now, like a hybrid type of business, so again, like a locksmith, you could be both mobile and you can also have a lock store. So people can come in to drop off their keys or pick up keys or whatever else they need to do from an in-person standpoint. This is actually really helpful because I can see now from the zip codes what parts are drawing the most interest from people finding us on Apple Maps, because then I can take that data. Actually, this is what I did. I went into the description and I made sure that we were really talking about these specific zip codes to get even more granular with that information. Plus, I also uploaded photos too, and I included some of these zip codes as well to really give the emphasis to Apple that we service these locations. The 12-month summary, I think, is really helpful to see. You can also change it from a listing to a heat map. But for this video, I just wanted to create the listing view. All right, so what was done? The big thing I'm going to actually say is that this isn't like 1 month I did this and now we had a 300% increase. This actually happens from a slow change. So again, it's not like I made all these changes and then I had a 300% growth. It doesn't work like that. You have to make consistent changes ahead of time to then see the future growth. So to start, I added new photos throughout the month. I've been doing that for my client now for the past couple months, but got really aggressive in January with consistent new photo uploads, again with those zip codes I was mentioning as well, within the alt tag and then the description. Next, I changed their additional categories in December. So I made this change and I said I want to really measure how this performs via category search. And I noticed from a weekly basis, we were triggering category searches. So this was a really good direction way that we were going to get more leads. Next, I created a brand new showcase and I made it more catchy within the call to action. So I used Microsoft Copilot to write a better headline than what I had previously. I believe that actually helped with getting more phone calls. Next, I rewrote the description and I translated that into Spanish. That was a missed opportunity before, but I wanted to actually attract a new audience with that. Then I ran Local Falcon scan. So Local Falcon only uses DuckDuckGo when it comes to Apple Map rankings. So it's only directional. But again, from what I noticed is that if you are making the map greener within Apple Maps, it translates into higher placement within Apple Map specific search, which is why then you get more taps in your profile, and then phone calls. Next, this is big. There is a ton of inaccurate and spam listings that are on Apple Maps, not as much nearly as Google or even Bing. But if you still come across that, so again, companies claim that they're 24 hours, companies pretending that they're at a location, companies with multiple profiles that are clearly just one profile, you have to take action. You have to report that to Apple. You have to have your client also report that as well, because again, any unfair advantage over you is going to impact your phone calls and your leads for your business. The way I always explain this to my clients is that if somebody is in violation of that, again, so if they pretend they're 24 hours and even though they're not, they're getting that ranking benefit. If they're building up multiple profiles and they all funnel to the same business listing, again, these are against the quality guidelines of Apple. If you have a location that is actually no longer present, again, it's misleading. You have to report that. And of course, there's even more than what I just said. But really, at the end of the day, I'm going to go back up to this. Let's go up to this view. It's actually probably the easiest. It doesn't seem like a big deal going from 5.25 to 20 phone calls, but let's pretend that you get out of all the phone calls, 20% of those become paying customers. So if you only have 5, that means you get 1 paying customer every month from Apple. That's why you don't talk about it. If you get 20 though, and again, if 20% of that is converting, that's 5 leads now you just got to your that's 4 leads you got to your business instead of 1. So again, you go from 1 customer a month on average from Apple now to 4 paying customers. That's great. There was no additional cost with that. And it's just another way to get more customers for your business. And